So actually, yeah, I get this question a lot. So the question is normally asked, well, Alzay, can you write out a plan for me? Can you just give me the 5 steps or the 10 steps? Just kind of tell me what to do. And I have a very clear perspective on this question. So first of all, if I told you what to do, it wouldn't be like 5 or 6 or 7 steps. It would be more like 100 steps or 200 steps if we're going to talk about doing an entire launch, okay? And you may have experienced this already if you've bought other major large home study courses, is that they're huge. And there's two main things that might happen. One is when you see that course in its entirety, when you see that plan in its entirety, you get overwhelmed, you get discouraged, and you never get through it, and the launch never happens. Or if you are able to finally get through all of the material, you begin to realize that you don't have half of the resources that you need in order to pull that plan off or to pull that launch off. So I have a very specific perspective on this question because I don't want to overwhelm you with a whole bunch of stuff. I try my best to build a plan around what you already have, help you use what you have in order to launch. So with that being said, here are 3 simple questions that you can think about to help you determine where your energy should be in regards to planning for a launch. Question number 1 is, do you have a responsive list? Notice I didn't just say list or email list. I said, do you have a responsive list? So when you send out content, when you send out a newsletter, for example, does anyone give you a personal reply? Does anybody hit reply and say thank you or say no thank you or agree or disagree? Do you get a response? When you send out that email, do people actually click through the email and go to your website or wherever it is that you send them? Do you get response? If you don't have a list or you're not getting response from that list, then that is your primary objective right now, is to go build that list and better engage your audience for better response. Question number 2 is, do you have a product? Not something, and I mean a product that you know can be sold or that your audience will buy. So not something that you made up in your laboratory that you think is really cool, but something that you've sold to your audience and that you know that they'll buy over and over and over again. If you don't have that, then that's what you need to go focus on creating. Figure out what your audience is buying and create something similar and offer it to your audience and see if they'll make the purchase. So you've got to figure out that piece of it, right? You need a product focus. The third big question here in regards to preparing for a launch is, do you have clear intention for the launch? Meaning, what is it that you want the launch to do? What do you want the launch to do? Are you trying to elevate your status? Are you trying to make a quick surge of cash? Are you trying to attract new promotional partners? Are you trying to create a new product? Now, you may say initially, well, I want to do all of those things. And in some level, all of them may happen. But you need to decide which is most important to your business today and focus on what is required to get that particular goal accomplished. So to wrap that up, do you have a responsive list? Do you have a product that you know your audience will buy? And do you have a clear intention for your launch? Those 3 questions will tell you what to do, and that will keep you from getting overwhelmed with a product launch plan.
Hey, before you go, have you ever heard of BizAccountabilityClub.com? No? What do you mean? How is that possible? Okay, look, in any case, if you're serious about adding launches to your business, here's a secret. People who do launches have people to help them do launches. Someone on your team has to be accountable for all the details in a launch campaign. Does that make sense? Good. This club is like having a launch consultant on retainer without actually having to have them on retainer. So here's the part where I stop talking. Visit the page below, BizAccountabilityClub.com. Check everything out. Make a decision. I'll see you soon.